What is up? We are back with your Thursday, a Thirsty Thursday Buckeye Blitz. Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. I am your host. I am a host with the most, Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing it to you every day. You know it. You know where to find us. Just Google the Buckeye Cast. You'll find us all over the place. Podcast, YouTube, website, thebuckeyecast.com. Ever heard of it? Today, on a Thirsty Thursday, we are dreaming of some ice cubes in a glass and maybe something brown poured over it. Sounds yummy. Anyways, you know how I love my bourbon. Today's 5-minute topic about the toilet up north. Are these Wolverines fool's gold? Are these guys a bunch of phonies? Are these guys just beating up on high school teams? Is this a real team? Let's get into it. All right. So far, I got a bunch of stats I'm going to throw at you to prove that they may not be all they're cracked up to be. So far, their strength of schedule of the three teams they played, Hawaii, UConn, and Colorado State, their strength of schedule is 126th in the country. That's out of 131, by the way. So not great. Like I said, they basically played high school teams. I would rather see them play MAC teams or local FBS teams if you have to. So anyways, 3-0, we know they beat everybody by like 50 points. You know, they're averaging like 50 plus. So anyways, that's all fine and dandy. But I feel that the lack of reps in fall camp for J.J. McCarthy are going to come back to bite him in the ass and ultimately the entire team. Right now, his passer rating under pressure is 83.9. That's under pressure. That's not being blitzed, okay? That's just under pressure from a front four, all right? His passes under pressure in 2 games, he has completed 1 of 4 when under pressure, not blitzed, all right? Unfortunately, the teams that they're playing against aren't wise enough to blitz, or they just don't have the dudes, probably is the bigger issue. And they want to sit back in coverage. They didn't blitz JJ very much in the 2 games he started. So that's the Hawaii and UConn game. So one thing I want to point out, besides the not being accurate under pressure when blitzed either, under pressure, not being blitzed at all. He completely ignores the left side of the field. In the 2 games he played, he has completed 1 pass on 2 attempts, 1 of 2, and that's with 30 pass attempts total. He's had 30 pass attempts in the 2 games he started. 1 pass to the left side of the field. Oh my God, that makes defense a little easier, doesn't it? If you only have to guard half the field. Look for that. Look for that. Look for that. Let's see if they address that, if they even notice it, if they do something about it. Ask anybody playing defense, if the quarterback is ignoring one side of the field, what are you going to do? You're going to move a bunch of dudes over to the other side of the field and cover all the grass. So you're also going to blitz from the left too, from the offense's left. Your defense is right. So another issue I'm noticing, kind of a tell almost, Blake Corum hasn't been in on a lot of passing downs, and especially in pass blocking, pass pro. He only has 2 pass pro attempts on the season, and that was just in this last UConn game. Only 2. Wonder if there's a reason, huh? Maybe he's not so good at it. Keep an eye on that as well. I know he's a good running back, and they give it to him a lot, but maybe a tell that they're gonna run the ball when he's in. And if you want to blitz to his side when he's lined up in the backfield, he's probably not going to stop a blitzing linebacker. Could be a good idea. Just thinking. Defense. They're replaced a lot. We all know that. They have only 4 returning starters on defense. The D-line is not getting any pressure up front. Their front 4, yeah, and we all know who they lost. We don't need to get into it. So they blitzed UConn. They had to blitz them 40% of the time because they were not getting push from their edge rushers. Okay, that sounds like a problem when you're thinking about how they were successful last year, right? With Hutchinson and Ajabo. In the middle, this is where I think they're really weak. Their D tackles. Mazzie Smith has a 68.5 pass grade, a 59.3 against the run. A D tackle is supposed to be in there to stop the freaking run, right? 59.3 is horrific. And his partner in crime, right next door to him, is a 56.6 against the pass. He's strong against the run. Chris Jenkins, horrific against the pass. So getting no push up front, especially in the middle. So I would look for teams to pound the rock in between the guards, hit those A gaps. Linebackers. Linebackers are solid. Colson's a stud, but coverage issues. Michael Barrett, he has a 60% coverage rating at linebacker. That's not good. 60% coverage is bad. So teams are completing passes when he's in coverage. So think about getting your tight ends or your running backs, especially running backs, matched up against him. Good night, Irene. Last thing is DBs. Coverage, we got they got a converted receiver, Mike Sandstrill. He's been targeted 7 times. He's allowed 5 completions. Will Johnson targeted 9 times, allowed 4 and a touchdown. The free safety, RJ Moten, he has a 59.3 pass coverage grade. That's horrendous, terrible. That means 60% of the time teams are completing on him. That's a PFF pass grade anyways. So that secondary is the weakest link for sure. Look for Maryland to exploit that big time. They have 4 quality receivers, 2 of the top 5 in the Big Ten, in my opinion, and Demas and Rakim Jarrett. So watch that this weekend. I know Michigan's favored by like 17. Over-under is about 65 last I saw. So see if Maryland can loosen up that defense, and it could be a long day. Long day, especially if you're not getting any pass rush from your edge. And if you have to resort to blitzing, that opens up that secondary and makes them more vulnerable. So season starts right now, Michigan, as far as I'm concerned. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is Michigan a fraud? Let me know. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.